Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladies, to episode 28 of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I'm ExoParadigmGamer. In this episode, we're going to be heading straight to the boss of the Ing Hive, taking it on and grabbing the last piece of energy from the side areas. As usual, once you have the keys, the door here is pretty much the same as it was in Agon. It's not an elevator like it was in Sanctuary. But the Sky Temple thing is basically an elevator, so I know it sort of is. It's the same principle. So we'll open these locks. Now that we'll be able to access the boss. The boss here is actually pretty unique. I think... yeah, there's like another door in this room that we use. We're basically in the Dark World version of the room with the... yeah, as you can see, here we have our boss. He's pretty nifty, I gotta say, but he can be annoying. So there is that. He has a pretty cool song, though. And I like the purple sky in the background, of course. Oh, I guess he wasn't... yeah, he gets possessed and then he attacks you. So I guess this was the machine that the Luminoth were using to guard their... Actually, if you look very closely in the Light World version of this room, you'll see pieces of Quadraxis. Or pieces that look like they belong to Quadraxis that you use to climb around the room. So I guess it used to be there. But anyway, this is basically a giant quad, like the little ones, except it's huge. The Quadraxis unit went rogue and entered the surface of the Ing. Its primary weapon system fires destructive antimatter blasts. It uses a powerful missile battery for long-distance attacks. The Quadraxis is incredibly durable and well-armored, but its leg and foot joints are vulnerable. Damaging these joints will eventually render it immobile. So you gotta destroy its legs first, and then once you do that, you can then sort of take on the rest. So yeah, as I've discovered, you know, bombs and boost ball are effective on it. Alright folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to check on something real quick. Well, now that we've done that, we've already destroyed a few of the legs. This is a pretty complicated boss, actually. Probably the most complicated in the entire game. Even compared to the final boss, it's a pretty heavy fight. So what we do first is we gotta destroy the things in the legs, and then that, I think, will allow us to damage these things on the top of its leg. I think, okay, I guess it's only vulnerable when it's glowing. It's either when it's not glowing or when it was, so I was just sort of trying to figure it out. Once you destroy all of these, the legs will break, and then you'll be able to go after the head. So that's basically what you gotta do. It's sort of like an expansion of the regular mechs, or quads that you fight in this area. And super missiles seem to work well. Shit. Oh, by the way, he can shoot those things at you, and those will... it's actually a power-up we're going to be getting a little later. So we gotta... yeah, see, we've already got one of the legs. And then once you do, they give you... they're good about giving you pickups in this fight. Okay, I guess we've got to destroy all of these. I mean, there's not too much to say about this boss, really. Like, the only difficult part... I don't know, this first chunk is pretty simple, I think. This gain entry does a good job laying out what you're supposed to do. I guess the only... like, it gets a little more complicated once you get to the later parts of the boss. Let's see, yeah, there we go. I got 2 legs already. 2 down, 2 to go. Then we'll be able to move on to the next part of the boss. But it seems, I guess you don't need to hit the foot parts before you can hit the leg parts. It can be a little annoying trying to hit them because, like, he likes to move around at just the right timing. Alright, when he does that, that means that he's locking on, and then he's going to try to hit you with the homing beam. So when he does that, whoa. You know, like I said, he's just like the little quads, except bigger. I'm just going to lock onto this and wait for it to turn blue, and then I'm going to hull off and hit him. Come on. That didn't count. He was blue. Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay, so now I should be able to hit this. Hopefully. Yes. Did that count? Like, it didn't feel like it. Alright, that one's blowing, so I might as well try to hit it. Oh, come on. I still haven't killed either of these. That's just brilliant. Alright, there we go. Got one. And I think what I gotta do is hit this last one maybe with one more super missile. Then I can take out the feet. And then the lower part of the mech should break and we should be able to continue onwards. Alright. Or not. I guess all you have to do... I guess those things on his feet only make the shockwaves. Like I said, it's a pretty complicated boss. Alright. It sure is taking its time. So yeah, just like the little quads, the head is independent of the body. But you're still going to be doing plenty of things with the body in this fight. So this is the shielded head module. The head module of the Quadraxis is highly mobile and well armed. It is shielded by an impervious force field. Tactical commands are sent to the module from the crippled main body. Sever this link to impair the head's mobile capability. This part can get obnoxious. Basically what we've got to do... Okay, that... Now I can't use my visors for some reason. Come on, swap visors already. I'm trying to scan the damn thing and it's not working. Alright, so this is the damaged Quadraxis. Though the main body is disabled, the tactical control unit within it is still active. It will guide the head module in battle via high sonic transmissions. Disabling this module will impair the head module's ability to fly. Alright, so it's basically what you gotta do. Swap your sonic visor. This antenna in the center is basically guiding the thing. You hit it with, I think actually dark beam is useful on it. It may or may not be. So you hit it enough... Yeah, it kind of is. And then that should damage the thing. Then there are things on the side that you can hit, which will allow you... Yeah, we gotta be in this visor. That's the problem that I'm having right here. And once you destroy all three antennas on the side, that'll allow you to proceed to the next stage of the boss. Good lord, this takes a lot of damage. Oh, fuck. Yeah, and he can drop little quads too, which is just wonderful, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna stick to super missiles because that's usually what I do and that's usually what helps. So you gotta strafe around the side and make sure you hit the thing in the center. And of course, now we can hit the antennae. Alright, I got one of them. And of course I can't go after the other ones. I've got to wait for the antenna to respawn and hit it again. I mean, this boss, it feels kind of tedious the way I'm explaining it, but like when you're actually sitting down and playing the game, it's a little different. I swear to you. I mean, this boss is cool. I like it. I mean, I didn't like it the first time I played this game, but on subsequent playthroughs it really grew on me, because it's really unique. There's no boss quite like it. So yeah, super missiles are really working a lot better for me, so I'm going to stick with that. And I don't really feel like I need to strafe all around all that much either, because it doesn't seem to be doing much for me. Alright, one more antenna, and then we'll get to what is probably the most... which can be kind of a frustrating part of this boss, in all honesty. So it'll break off. As you notice, that material looks very similar to our spider ball. He'll crash in. As you can see, there are spider ball tracks in there too. So you can probably guess what it is that we have to do. I think there's a new scan entry for this. The antenna in the center is broke, so that's not really part of this fight anymore. Scan the head, final head module. Module has lost its tactical link to the main body. 2 points of structural weakness have been located on its hull. Morph ball bombs can cause damage to these areas. Scans indicate that the spider ball can attach to this module's outer hull. So you can basically guess what it is that we're doing. Fuck. I hate how it like fucks up your vision and makes it so you can't use your thing. So basically we've got to stun the head, and then once we've done that, we will be able to use the spider ball track to launch on top of the head. Now this can be really easy or really hard depending on how the game feels like playing things. So like, first off, the head will go in whichever random direction it feels like, which is annoying. Alright, I actually got up there in my on my test playthrough, this part gave me some shit. because like the AI didn't feel like working with me, and that can be annoying sometimes. So hit him twice, figure out which direction he wants to go. Looks like he's going this way, so I'm going to try to head him off at the leg. Hopefully that's the direction he's actually going. It is. And it can be a little awkward because he doesn't cast a drop shadow, so you don't know when exactly you need to, you know, boost ball off the ledge to actually get to him. Regardless, I've seemed to have done well on him. I mean, he's a complicated boss, but he's not hard, and he is interesting to fight. Like, he's got 3 stages, and each stage does something new, and he gives you a pretty sweet ability for taking him on, too. So, all in all, I'd say that Quadraxis is a pretty good boss. This is the final beam weapon in the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Annihilator beam. Now, it has been argued in a certain review that this weapon is not very useful because well, you'll be seeing in just a moment that it has one caveat to it. And that is that it uses both light and dark beam ammo. So that means that when you shoot it, you're using both. But the good news about that is that if you shoot an object with the Annihilator beam, it will give you both dark and light beam at the same time, which makes farming for ammo a lot easier. So I'm just going to go grab all of these real quick, just to sort of fill things up. I mean, like, as you can see, I didn't really take much damage on him. So I don't know, I don't think even first-time players will have much trouble with Quadraxis, but now that we're up here, as you can see, there is indeed an Annihilator beam door. So what's special about the Annihilator beam is that, it's basically like the wave beam from the first game, in that individual shots will track enemies, and when you charge it up, it does lots of damage. It also has the best missile charge combo in the game, and we will be grabbing that as soon as we can once we start looking for Sky Temple keys. So, we're going to open that door real quick. And here we have the energy system. We'll go grab that real quick. I think... That's good tea. Got to keep yourself energized. Got to drink something every once in a while. Even though it can make your tongue a little sticky. That's the thing about recording voiceovers in real time versus recording them from a script. Is that when you're doing it from a script, you know, like, you got to say all the words you've written out, and sometimes you don't say them exactly the way you want to, and sometimes whatever it is that you just drank can make your mouth dry or sticky. It's annoying and I hate it. But anyways, that's the last of the energy points in the side areas. We've only got the Sky Temple left to go, ladies and gentlemen. I think that because I don't know, I don't really feel like having to show off me backtracking to the Light Temple, because that kind of got a little boring in the Torvus Bog and then the Agon Wastes, and it takes a little longer to get back where we need to go, and I don't know, I don't feel like I could keep my commentary interesting the whole time. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to cut or fast forward, something to that effect. So I will see you guys then. Alright, before we head straight back to the temple, I actually like to briefly sidetrack things with, oh boy, this is actually... Oh, did I miss this? Alright, well, we found it. I feel like I did read this. Alright, regardless, a massive Ing attack came to the land of Agon. Soon the Temple of Agon was surrounded by the Horde with no hope of salvation. Our gallant warriors there were slain, and Agon fell to the enemy. Our blood chilled when we learned that the energy within the temple was drained. The Ing had found the energy transfer module and were using it as a weapon against us. Alright. Yeah, I think maybe I saw that in like one of the previous things. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn down my audio for just a moment, because I need... Basically what we have to do here is all of these keys right here will make a certain noise, and we have to press it in the correct combination that lock gives us. And I can't hear the audio right now because I have it turned down so that I don't reverb. So I'm going to have to turn it up temporarily so that I can hear, and then I will turn it back down later. So I'm going to be silent for a few moments here, so just kind of bear with me. Alright, and I'm back here, folks. So that's basically what you gotta do. You probably sort of figured it out. So go into this kinetic orb cannon, that'll destroy that thing in the center, and there we have a power bomb expansion. There are a few more sonic lock doors left in the game we have left. We've passed a few of them already. But, yeah, I just figured, like, since it was on the way, I might as well just get it now. So, yeah. And we're pretty close to the temple, so I don't think I'm gonna cut from here. We're just gonna head straight on up. Not much left to... not much to talk about in terms of sidetracking. I think it's literally just upstairs, and then there's a door. Then you go through the door, and then there it is. So, indeed. Alright, so, actually, there's another thing else that we can get in this room. I might as well show off more of how the Annihilator beam works. So basically, has really high rate of fire, is easily the strongest beam weapon in the game. It homes in on enemies, you don't have to lock on for it to get where you want to go. And if you shoot it, it drops both light and dark beam ammo at the same time, which is very swell, very nice, if you will. Let's see, there's a sonic lock upstairs. Just gotta launch ourselves over there. And then we can hit that with probably the regular ass beam. That should open something, I believe. Yeah, you can hear the beeping noise. So that'll let us drop down here, and then there's a missile expansion right there. Pretty simple. I have forgotten about this once or twice, so it is possible. And then there's a spinner here you can use to open the door out. So that's why I wanted you guys to open up that kinetic orb cannon as soon as possible, because usually I forget to do it, and then I'm confused as to how I'm supposed to get down there. But yeah, and see, you can see right there that looks just like Quadraxis' leg right there. So I guess, and then that right there is his head right there. And there's another part of him. So like, I guess Quadraxis, no, that's the little thing underneath the head, the little tentacles. There's another leg. So I guess Quadraxis used to be here, and then the Ing took it with them when they stole the energy from this area. Yeah, and I guess neither the Ing nor the Luminoth knew that the Ing could possess machines until like kind of the last minute. Excuse you son of a fucking... Alright, I'm gonna kill all these things because they're pissing me off. That's what they are. Oh yeah, got him. It's not what I wanted to do. Fuck. Alright, there we go. We're almost done, ladies and folks. We are almost done, indeed. Alright. I'm just gotta hop on over here, turn the switchy thing around, and we will be done with this area before we know it. Alright. Love this track. We're actually going to be getting something really cool soon. That'll be that's kind of sort of ties with this theme. Regardless, we have now finished off our first visit to the Sanctuary Fortress. We have retrieved the planetary energy. There's only one point of access left to go, and that is the Sky Temple in the Dark Temple Grounds. Or rather, the Sky Temple Grounds. It's not called the Dark Great Temple or anything. Well, it was the Luminoth that named it that, so who knows what the Ing call it. But yeah, I mean, we're almost done with this game, ladies and gentlemen. Only one little section of gameplay left to go, and no, it's been fun so far. It'll be sad to see this playthrough end, but all good things must come to an end, don't you know? And I know that there are some people who are, not as enthused about the fact that this playthrough is happening and wish that I would just do more reviews, but I wanted to do this, so I'm doing this for me. And of course, I'm doing it for the people who are enjoying it, but, gotta be able to do something I want to do every once in a while. But, I think, yeah, then he's gonna bow as usual. this will be the last time you'll see this, so yeah, it is getting a little repetitive at this point, you know, especially since I've got to, you know, regardless. We have restored the temple's energy. We are done with this area. We're going to go head straight back to the Great Temple Grounds because there's something really good we can get right now. And, yeah. I think, you know, after I finish this loading screen right here, we're going to cut things off for the part. And then I will see you guys next time when we start looking for Sky Temple keys. And that'll be fun and interesting. So, I will see you guys in the next part.